Scott and Dylan Black. It can't get here soon enough. We're looking forward to it. The 66th edition, if you can imagine, of the Canadian Tulip Festival. It returns May 11th. We're looking forward to that in a big way. With us right now, Executive Director of the Canadian Tulip Festival, Michel Gauthier, joins us one more time. Feels like we were just doing this.
Yes.
Talking about the Tulip Festival.
Time flies. Time flies.
It really does fly. 66 years already.
Yes. And you know, every fall we plant all those bulbs, and the National Capital Commission, the official gardeners, make sure that everything's in place, and that sets the stage for the Canadian Tulip Festival.
So give us a quick history. You don't have to give us everything, but why does the Tulip Festival happen every year?
Well, you know, it started with the gift of tulips from the Netherlands back in 1945, and this was to thank Canadians for the role they played in liberating the Netherlands, and of course hosting the royal family, and a princess was born here. And so that gift of friendship to Canadians is what really got it going. And then of course it was Malak Karsh, the photographer, that took all those beautiful photos. And then the Ottawa Board of Trade then decided, why don't we celebrate these tulips? And then in 1953, there was the first festival.
What a festival, too. I mean, people really do look forward to this because it is a rite of spring.
It is. And, you know, it's the most colorful, I always say, the most colorful festival in Canada, right? It's that vibrancy of all those beautiful tulips there. And of course, you know, the colors change every year because tulips, new varieties, and they have a designer there, Tina Liu. She makes sure that we've got the best display.
I know people probably ask you this all the time. How many are planted in the fall?
Well, there's the National Capital Commission manages about 1 million.
1 million.
But then, you know, we plant more tulip bulbs per capita than any other city in the world. So imagine how many more we have planted in private gardens everywhere.
Just all over the place. Okay, I like the theme as well, so it's a World of Tulips. Tell us about the theme this year.
A World of Tulips. Well, you know what? You know, the Dutch gave us the tulips, and of course the tulips have traveled the world as a symbol of friendship. And so back in 1993, we decided to connect with Turkey, the origin country of the tulip. And so this is the 25th anniversary of us reaching out to the world of tulips. And so we thought, why not go back to that and celebrate 25 years of connecting? So, you know, we have twinning relationships with Australia, Canberra Tulip Festival, with Japan, many festivals around the world. And so we thought this is a great time to bring it back.
Okay. We'll talk about some of the events that you've got lined up coming up in moments, but first, the locations. Can we talk about the locations?
Yes.
It's always easy to find these tulips.
That's right. Of course, Commissioners Park, Dow's Lake is where, that's the garden experience. We have a full kilometer of tulips there. And then we go to the Byward Market. We call that the urban tulip experience. And then we have the garden promenade, and we have tulip experiences on the promenade, and that's the community experience. And then we have Lansdowne Park, and that's the art and culture celebration of the tulip. So 4 sites, and this year we're bringing back the Tulip Shuttle.
Oh.
That will connect all of that.
That's
and
fine.
so make it easy for all the tourists that come to town.
Yeah.
You know, the locals kind of know how to get there, but of course, when the hotels are full, all those tourists are saying, how do I get to Dow's Lake or Lansdowne to see those tulips?
Yeah.
And that shuttle will just facilitate that, and, you know, so it's a great service to have.
Okay, so what is new and exciting this year?
Well, along the theme of the world, so we've called out to some of our friends out there. And guess what? The Istanbul Tulip Festival designed a beautiful Turkish tulip carpet for us to reproduce at Lansdowne. This carpet will be made out of about 8,000 pots of tulips, representing about 50,000 tulips. This has never been seen outside Turkey. This will be the first time it leaves Turkey, and we're going to implement that. Of course, we've also reached out to all the embassies in Ottawa, and we're going to create, you know, the 5-foot fiberglass tulips? Well, we've ordered a new batch, and we're going to be creating this 5-foot world tulip garden. And so embassies are now going to paint their tulips, and we have artists and art clubs and courses and classes that are going to be painting. And so we're going to have a tulip for every country in the world right there. And the other one that we're excited about is we're getting a children's World of Tulip. So we're reaching out to schools here in the capital, and we're asking them to paint or draw a tulip. And we're going to put all of that together. Our goal, more than 5,000 tulips done by children, okay, of primary school. And we're going to create, you know, the walls at Aberdeen when you come in?
Yep.
You won't see the walls. You're going to see a huge tulip garden all made out of those children's drawings.
That's incredible.
And so we are planning over 5,000 of those will be on display.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Okay. And people always talk about fireworks too when it comes to the Tulip Festival. So what's happening this year?
Well, you know, the fireworks for a few years were at Lansdowne. This year, we're taking them back to Dow's Lake.
How long has it been gone from Dow's Lake?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Because I noticed it disappeared for a while. So
yeah, it disappeared for a few years, 3 years, I think. But now it's going back to Dow's Lake, Victoria weekend, so Sunday night. And guess what at Dow's Lake? Our friends from Japan, they propose that we do floating tulip gardens. So on Dow's Lake, not only will you see them in the beds, you're going to see them floating on the lake. And we're, you know, the boardwalk there, we're calling it the Tulip Boardwalk.
Nice.
And we've got some designed tulip chairs coming in from the Netherlands. Okay, and they're going to be sitting there, and you can sit in a tulip chair.
There was so much to get to, but we are out of time. It goes quickly, right? TulipFestival.ca. Can you just remind us of the dates of the Tulip Festival?
Well, you can. It's May the 11th to the 21st. We have a new website, TulipFestival.ca, and that's where you can find all the information on A World of Tulips,
including the Mother's Day brunch at Lansdowne.
Mother's Day brunch, and many, many, many other activities. In fact, the Byward Market will become a tiptoe through the tulip field.
Love the enthusiasm. Michel Gauthier, Executive Director, Canadian Tulip Festival, TulipFestival.ca. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
More daytime on Rogers TV coming up.